Hi, Liam. Just wonder whether you can remember at all any feedback that Liam Rosenior ever gave you when he was in charge of you at Hull, and also when you look at your Chelsea time so far. Do you feel that, in a sense, it's been sort of a period of ups and downs? I know you've had some injuries to contend with. Do you feel it's been a bit stop-start? Two questions for me. Thanks.
Yeah, I think obviously I spent a year at Hull with Liam, and his patterns and his how he wants to play is the same. So it's helpful because I already know how he wants to play, and I think we've had such a short period of time to work on it in training since he's been in, and hopefully he can translate that onto the pitch soon. And second question, of course, it's a difficult start, obviously with injuries and stuff. You just want to get in that rhythm of playing, but hopefully now I'm back fit that I can stay fit.
Yeah, Gary, second row.
Hi Liam, thanks for your time. So it's been described as illness, what a few of the players have got around the training ground. How are you feeling now, and how was it when you were under the weather?
Yeah, I'm sweet now. It was bad. I'm not usually too bad with illness, but this one it was really bad. And yeah, I think a few of the boys have had it, but hopefully, we can get through this little period and be all right.
There's a lot of it about, is it like cold and flu and sickness and that kind of thing?
Yeah, I don't really know what it is, to be honest, but you'll have to ask the doctor.
You don't want to get ill like that when the new boss has just arrived either, do you? How much of a setback did that feel to you?
Yeah, obviously it's a frustrating, but you can only listen to the doctors, and sometimes you don't want to listen to them, but you have to. It's your health, and it's important, and it's only a few days, so yeah, back on track now.
I mean, you've spoken about how you obviously know Liam, but watching him around the place now in his new job, how has he taken to it? How are the other players taking to him?
Yeah, obviously it's really good for him, and obviously we've had so many games in a short period of time, so it's been difficult to, obviously get everything across like how we wanted to. But we've had a lot of meetings, and in training we've focused, and he's very detailed. So hopefully in the next few weeks we can get more of his ideas and perform better.
That's feeling better, thanks.
Thank you.
Yeah, Karis.
Hey, Liam, thanks for your time. Just wondering, kind of like Dom mentioned, your Chelsea career's been a bit stop-start so far. What do you feel are the main things that you want to work on here at the moment as you kind of develop?
Yeah, I think obviously I'm still young, and I want to keep improving. I think at the moment it's been difficult to get that rhythm of playing. It's so important that match fitness and feeling sharp, and I'm ultimately here to win and score goals for Chelsea. So that's the aim.
Perfect. Nazar, front row, please.
Hi Liam, just wondering what sort of a Liam Rosenior team looks like in your view from, the Hull days, and like how you expect it to evolve a bit, and how do you expect it to be for the striker as well? What are your jobs? Is it any different to what you were maybe doing before under Enzo?
Yeah, I think obviously each manager has their differences. I think it's going to be a very exciting way of playing. I think we're going to we want to be very strong on the ball and dominate games of football. So we're all looking forward to it, and hopefully we can show the fans that it's going to be an exciting way of playing, and we're going to score a lot of goals. Score.
Peter, back row, please.
Hi, Liam. Just to go back to that season at Hull, I know you had a few loan spells, but when you think back to it, I think you had a knee injury during that season as well, maybe. But for your career, how important was that period? What did you learn when you were at Hull working with Liam during that?
Yeah, of course. I think I had 2 loan spells before that, and they probably didn't go as well as I wanted them to. But that year at Hull, I really developed into a man, I think, and obviously I was still a kid at the time and trying to find that development from playing academy football to men's football. And I think the manager and all the staff there really helped me and grew me into the player that I am today.
When you say you sort of grew into, you felt like you were a bit more of a man, so stepping out of the academy, is that outside of football as well? Because obviously when you're in the academy, you're at home, you get used to your creature comforts and things like that. But was that a case of just stepping outside the bubble and really becoming more independent, I guess?
No, I think obviously I I moved to Manchester when I was young and away from my family. So I think, you know, that side of things probably not a lot changed. Obviously, it's a different city, different town, but you know, of course, you grow up outside of football as well. But that's something you have to do, you know, in life. And I think, of course, you mature as you get older.
Jacob?
Hi, Liam. Is trying to make the World Cup squad from here an extra motivation for you? And do you still feel it's realistic despite what's been quite a frustrating season so far?
Yeah, of course. I think that's, you know, every little kid's dream is to go and represent your country at a World Cup. And, you know, I just need to keep my head down and, you know, keep working hard. And, you know, I know the goals will come. And, you know, if the goals are coming, then you never know. So we'll see.
Any communication from anyone in the England setup about your place potentially there, about what you might need to do to get into the squad?
No, I think, you know, I know myself. I just need to, you know, consistently perform at Chelsea and, you know, consistently score and do well and, you know, then see what they have to say.
Perfect. Have we got any other questions? Yeah, down at the front.
Liam, you'll be aware that some of the players who've been centre forward at Chelsea before, your Costas, your Drogbas, and so on. Then there've been some other big name players who, you know, Shevchenko or Morata, who've come in and not do it. Are you aware of that sort of so-called curse of the Chelsea number 9, and how confident are you that you can be that calibre of player who helped them win Champions Leagues and so on before?
Yeah, of course. You know, that's why I came to this club, and you know, it's such a historic and successful club, and you know, we have such a good team, and you know, we're just trying to find that right balance of, you know, the togetherness and the way we play to try and, you know, start winning and start getting the trophies back, because you know we're all hungry for success and we're all really motivated to win. So yeah, that's the goal.
It's quite a big ask, because you know you've only had one season playing in the top flight, to then come into a club like Chelsea where they're, you know, expected to challenge for these big things. It's quite a lot on the shoulders of a still pretty young man.
Yeah, of course, but you know, that's why we play football. You know, that's the thing I enjoy about football, the pressure, you know. You need that, it's healthy, and we've still got such a young squad, and we're building, so hopefully, you know, in years to come we're gonna be a really strong side.
Perfect. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.